Hey there, chatters. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your true crime addict connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls who, if we could collect our alcohol points by transferring our frequent flyer miles, we would be jet setting around the world 5 times while we
Yes, we would.
obsess about dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And girl, my frequent flyer miles are hype.
Yes. Yes,
Here's your
they are.
yeah. Here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following crime chat contains adult content and descriptions of very violent scenarios. Here's another precursor warning. It does involve the death of children. So if this is not something that you are okay to listen to, come back next week. So for those who aren't staying tuned in, your listener discretion is advised.
You have been warned. And before we get into today's crime chat, Kat, what have you done? Are you still in Germany?
I am still in Deutschland.
Are you ever coming home?
I'm coming home tomorrow, but we need to get this recorded so we can make sure it comes out on Saturday. So while I will be traveling over the next, 24 to 48 hours, we'll be doing the editing and we'll get it out on Saturday for you chatters out there. But I am still in Germany. We just wrapped everything up. It was very successful training. I learned a lot. And I hope the people that I was mentoring also learned a lot. And it's just been a blast.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Everything you do to keep us safe. You're going to laugh at me. I have been watching something, but it has nothing to do with murder mystery. It's actually, it's on Netflix and it's called Have I Ever or Have I Never? And it's about
Never Have I Ever.
Yes, that's it.
Never Have I Ever, like the game?
Yes. Never Have I Ever.
Is it a reality show?
No, it's an adorable Netflix show. It's 3 seasons and it's just a teenager type of show, but it's based on this Indian American girl and her family and how like the cultures clash and how she's trying to kind of find love and find what she wants to do, and she has all this loss in her life. And I don't know, there's something, I love the actress. I think it's adorable and I just got hooked on that. So yeah, that's what I did.
Well, I mean, we need to take a mental break from all of the murder and mystery and mayhem that we get ourselves into. So good for you.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to put on the cartoons,
Right, exactly. SpongeBob is my favorite.
Oh, South Park is mine. I guess
oh, well, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, but it's animated, right? I love Family Guy.
You do realize how dirty that show is?
I know. It's the best.
Oh my.
Well, our crime chat today is another chatter request. Sarah was our chatter request for the blood battery. That was last week. And we have another chatter request. This one is from Stephanie. So shout out to Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. We love you.
And Stephanie is a VIP chatter. And what that means is Stephanie has subscribed to our Patreon. And by doing so, she gets free merchandise, access to bonus material like pictures and references, a little bit of extra stuff, all the extras, all the bonus stuff. And if you guys are interested, you chatters out there, in becoming a VIP chatter, head over to our Patreon, www.patreon.com/CrimeChat with Nat and Kat, to subscribe for as little as $1 a month.
Exactly. Yes, become a VIP chatter. You don't want to miss out. And there's so much stuff that's coming out. We got so many things like in the works.
Yes. And we are going to be going through September, and then we are going to take a break because that is celebrating our first season. And we need to plan and prepare to wow you chatters in season 2. So while that happens, we're going to be kind of re-releasing some of our favorite episodes, some of the most downloaded episodes that we've had. And then we'll have all new stuff starting in the 1st of November.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to still, we're going to still be working. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're working for you.
Yeah. So if you have any other stories you want to hear, let us know. Yes. We will prepare them and get them out for second season.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. Oh, so
season 2. Can you believe it?
You know something, season one went by like that, like a blur, because I think
Yeah.
we were having so much fun. It's fun.
Yes, it is fun. It is absolutely so much fun. And you have to have fun and you have to have a certain sort of personality to dig into the deep deepest parts of these darkest souls that are out there.
Yes.
And also the weirdest stuff that we've ever seen. And you got to stay tuned for the whole episode because we're going to touch on sinful spirits at the end.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. So, I know you said I don't know what story you're going over today. Like we like normal, we kind of keep we kind of just have a live interaction. I don't know what Kat goes over. She doesn't know what I go over.
Yeah.
But she did tell me to focus on mass murders.
Yes.
So I did do that. And I found 11 common traits between mass murders and serial killers, which I think kind
Ooh.
of people get confused with because they
They do.
assume.
And yeah, and you're absolutely right. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Yes. Okay. So, all right. So, could your neighbor be a mass murderer, Kat, while she's sipping her drink? Probably.
I mean, we're really good friends with one of our neighbors. The family across the street's very quiet and stays to themselves. The one on
Mm-hmm.
the other side of us, there's some weird things going on sometimes.
They're
So
shady.
I will
Kat,
say
yeah.
maybe.
You know what? What do people say about serial killers when they're interviewing the neighbors? Oh, he was the nicest guy. He was always
Yeah.
out. So it really doesn't.
Yes.
It really doesn't.
Absolutely.
You know, a mass murderer could be one of your friends. They could actually be a serial killer. Nobody knows. I mean, you just wouldn't know. You wouldn't see that coming. Oh, worse yet, imagine raising a child who would later do something like this.
Look, that
Just so
that is
scary.
okay. That is my worst fear
Mm-hmm.
is something like that would happen.
Yes. Yeah, it's just it's horrific. And it's a horrifying thought, but the truth is that the violent crimes do come from somewhere. Many
Yes.
of them are living amongst us. Sorry, guys. There's serial killers, mass murderers, all this living amongst us. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's why it's very important for you to be self-aware. And if you see something, say something, um,
Yes.
and protect
If
one
you see
another.
something.
Right now, we're going to identify mass murderers and serial killers. Okay. And I'm going to show
Mm-hmm.
you 11 traits between the two. Some of them correlate, a lot of them
Okay.
don't. Okay. There are, I guess the FBI defines them differently in order to
Yes.
profile them, which is really
Yes.
interesting because I didn't know a couple of
Yes.
these things. So, as it turns out, mass murderers, serial killers, and other extremely violent individuals do share a range of common traits. One, statistically speaking, the average serial killer is a white male from lower to middle class upbringing. In fact, 90% of serial killers are men.
Yes, they are.
So we may talk about evil crimes and dark minds, but we're not serial killers.
No,
Okay.
we just obsess about it.
We just
It's like the
yeah.
fantasy land.
Number two, most serial killers are in their 20s to 30s. Young males. Okay. Three,
Yep.
most mass murderers are single or divorced. Interesting.
Interesting. Well, that is actually going to reign true for today's story.
Yay! Okay. Number four, as children, soon to be serial killers often do torture animals, which breaks my heart.
Yes.
I hate this fact.
Yes.
Number five, more than 60% of serial killers wet their bed beyond the age of 12.
Mm-hmm.
Number six, according to A to Z Encyclopedia of Serial Killers, which I've never heard of, I have to buy it. Okay.
As I was going to say, it sounds like another book I need.
Yeah, we need that book. Many serial killers are obsessed with starting fires.
The last three ones that you've mentioned is a pyro, a bedwetter, and abusing animals is the three trilogy key indicators of a serial killer.
They are. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Chilly.
So, I know. It's important to note that there are some fine distinctions between serial killers and mass murderers. Mass murderers have just a single killing event in one location of multiple people. Now,
Mm-hmm.
for example, the recent, well, not sorry, the Arizona shooting and the Columbine killings. Like those
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm.
examples of mass shooters, or the one in Las Vegas where, one event takes out 20 people in one
Right.
single.
And we
Um,
often refer to those now as the active shooters, right?
yeah, yeah. Usually ending with either them being apprehended by police or committing suicide. And we just had that
Mm-hmm.
recently at the Capitol
Yeah,
again, some active
I know.
shooter.
Yeah.
Other hand, serial killers try to remain undetected, and they go on for
Mm-hmm.
years killing, with people saying that they
Yeah.
were the best neighbor in the world, and I don't understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, mass murderers kill a large group of people all at once, whereas serial killers are often more selective with their
Yeah.
targets. A serial killer could spend months trying to figure out the right individual to kill and have a cooling off period
Yeah. Yeah.
between murders. Um, and the victims often all share a trait or something that has an important symbolic meaning to the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to Dr. Stone, professor of psychiatry at Columbia, mass murderers are generally dissatisfied people who have poor social skills and few friends. Generally,
Mm-hmm.
the motives of mass murderers are less obvious than those of serial killers. According to
Okay.
Stone, 96.5% of mass murders are male. Most of them
Mm-hmm.
are not clinically psychotic.
Mm.
Rather than being a psychopath like most serial killers, mass murderers tend to be paranoid individuals with acute behavioral and social disorders.
Oh,
How,
that's interesting because we'll dive
yeah.
into the psyche of our mass murderer topic
Mm-hmm.
for today. Yeah.
So, however, mass murderers are social misfits and loners who trigger by some uncomfortable events, such as losing a job, being left by a significant other, political issues,
Wah,
racism, and other common
wah.
motivations for mass murders. Like this, we see that a lot lately,
Yeah.
or anything that they feel that is a big crisis in their life, and they need to kind of
Sure.
go out and just seek vengeance in some way. Chatters, I saw Kat's teaser and that scared the crap out of me. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay, so the deets for today's story, right? Have you ever heard of the Easter Sunday Massacre and what happened in Ohio in the 1970s?
I know it by name. I don't know
Okay.
the details. So
All right.
man.
Well, let me tell you about this psychopathic mass murderer. On March 30th, 1975, James Urban Ruppert, a small-statured 41-year-old man, murdered 11. We'll find out about it after a word from our sponsor.